Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I'm going to be sharing some cards I made using this InLoveArts 6-inch Merry Christmas scrapbook paper that I think is absolutely beautiful, and this InLoveArts rotating flower pattern background cutting die that has so many possibilities, and it is perfect for any occasion. And we wish you a Merry Christmas cutting die set that you have seen me use before. I wanted you to see me die cutting a couple of the papers so that you can see that I centered the die on the 6x6 pattern paper, and I'll tell you more about that later. And also, I wanted you to see how beautifully this die cuts and what it looks like when it's all cut out. So before I show you the cards, I wanted to show you that this die is about 4 3/4 inches square, which means it is too big for an A2 size card. So the cards I'm going to be showing you are a little bigger. So I wanted to share this card with you first. And so for this card, I used that die, and I used this die from this set that I used a couple weeks ago. But I thought using the We Wish You a Merry Christmas by itself is perfect. It's just great for the front of cards. It doesn't have to be used as the whole set. And also, this is the only card I made that I used more than one pattern paper on. However, there are 8 different spots on here, so you can use 2 different pattern papers like I did, or you can use 4, or you can use 8 and have a different one in each of the spaces. So there are a lot of possibilities for a lot of different looks. And of course, it's not just for Christmas, it's for any occasion. But I'm making Christmas cards right now. And I used red glitter paper for that, so it's nice and sparkly. And around the edges, you can see that layer that matches that right there. And in the beginning, I showed you that I placed this die right smack in the middle of the 6x6 paper. And the reason I did that is so that it wouldn't go to waste. I could use it for a back layer on my cards, which is what I did. And then you notice another pattern paper that's going around the edge and is actually outlining that design. Okay, hold on one second and I'll show you that. Okay, so I used that die again to cut everything out, and I used those pieces, obviously, right there. Let me move it over here so you can see that better. And again, I used that border that, the whole center is cut out of it, but there was still the border, and I used that. And then I used the die cut border for all of that on this card. So things are just not going to waste. And on this one, I stamped Merry Christmas down here. And I used this cute little image. It is from my friend Janie Ellis. She had sent me a little package of them, and that one was so adorable, I had to use it. And also you'll notice white glitter paper around the edges and all the outlines from that die. And so I did cut out white glitter paper, and you will see what I did with that here in a little bit, because like I said, I do my best to not waste anything. So there are those. And next, I'm bringing in this one. And for this one, that is the corner pieces from when I cut out these. Okay, and you saw all that in the beginning when I, showed you me die cutting it. And so I used the corner pieces on this, giving it a pattern paper background. And I also used the leftover piece of the pattern paper for the back border on here. And then that is gold foil cardstock and red glitter cardstock for the sentiment, just like I used on this one right over here. And you'll notice, if you look really close, that this outline piece from that die set that goes around everything, that is from this same paper that I used on here and that I used for the border of this one. So This is just a lot of mix and match, okay? A lot of mix and match. And there are so many possibilities. Here I'm showing that I use the same for everything. So that was all the same paper. This is all the same foil cardstock. And then this one I mixed and matched a little bit. And also for the card sizes, and I'm not done, there's still another card, but for these card sizes, I was telling a friend the other day how my viewers prefer A2 size cards. And of course this is, too big for that. But my friend was telling me that she actually prefers 6x6 cards because it gives her more space to decorate. So with her in mind, I made this one 6x6. And then when I make square cards, I prefer 5.5 by 5.5. And the reason is because for 6x6, you need 12 by 12 cardstock and then cut it in half and score it in half. For the 5.5 by 5.5, you can do that with your 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock by cutting it at 5.5 inches, and you'll have 5.5 by 11 and then score it in half. And there's your 5.5 inch square card. So I just wanted to point out those sizes. Now that you've got a good look at these and heard all about them, now I have another one to show you. Here we go. This card is 5 by 6.5, and this could be on 5 by 7 as well, but I just happen to have some 5 by 6.5 inch card bases and wanted to use it. And I have snowflakes embossed on this back layer. Well, the very back layer, of course, is the gold foil. And then on this one, not only did I use the gold foil here, but this is the white glitter cardstock. I don't know if you can see that. And let me grab my other card. That is from this one where I used the white glitter cardstock to cut out the die cut, and then use the leftover piece for the background on this, and then use the corner pieces on this one. So I told you, a lot of mix and match, and it works really well. And I tied a red ribbon. I know it looks orange, or at least on my screen it looks orange, and a little tag that says Happy Holidays. And this could go either direction. It can go that way or that way. But I just wanted you to see, for those of you that don't like to do square cards, that this will work on a 5 by 7 or 5 by 6.5 card base. And I actually popped this one up, so it's kind of popped up a little bit. And so this is kind of an elegant version of what you can do with that die set. So let me bring them all back in so you can get a good look at all the different varieties that I made. And keep in mind that these are just a few ideas, and I'm sure that you have some ideas of your own, but I just wanted to share these with you. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to see me make them, but I was having some recording issues, and I know that you don't mind. At least, you got to see what they were made with and what I made. So, there you go. Here are some pictures for a closer look, and the colors are more true than they were in the video. So, there's just so many possibilities with that rotating flower pattern background die, and my cards barely touch the surface of what is possible. But I do hope that you like my cards and that I've inspired you to make some Christmas cards if you haven't started already. And if you're interested, there will be links to the products that I used today, as well as a 25% off discount code to InLoveArts should you decide to shop there. Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.